Estuve buscando, estaba buscando, trabajé allí, trabajaba allí, and sometimes both tenses seem possible. So how do native speakers choose? Let me tell you something. It's not about memorizing rules. Everything's about perspective. But before we start, if you haven't watched your lesson, Why Spanish Has So Many Past Tenses, you should start there first. Because today, we're zooming in on one decision native speakers make every single day. Is this imperfect or simple past? Important here. You should forget this is completed or this is an ongoing thing, because that explains some sentences, but not all of them. Here's a better question. Am I telling the story or am I placing you inside the story? That's what the tenses really do. And let's talk about simple past first. Imagine you're telling someone what happened yesterday. You naturally focus on events, things that move the story forward. Llegué a mi casa, comí, llamé a mi madre, I call my mother, me acosté, I went to bed. Each action pushes the story forward. The listener sees the story from the outside. But stories aren't made only of events. They're also made of scenes. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we use the imperfect past. Imagine this. Estaba lloviendo. La gente hablaba. Todos dormían. Like everybody was sleeping. La gente hablaba. Everybody were talking. People were talking, Nothing is happening yet. You're building the scene. You're describing the world before the next event arrives. But let me give you another example. Viví en Madrid cuando conocí a Ana. And meeting Ana is the event. Living in Madrid is the background, is the scene. Now let's look at the sentence that confuse everybody. Because yes, this is very common. Both tenses will be possible here. Pay attention. Viví en Madrid 2 años. You are talking about one chapter of your life. It has clear limits. Viví en Madrid cuando nació mi hijo. Now Madrid isn't the point. It's simple to setting. You see it? Let me give you another one. Trabajé en Google 5 años. One completed period. Trabajaba en Google cuando empezó la pandemia. I was working in Google when the pandemic started. Now your job becomes the background. It's the same verb, but we have a different perspective. Estuve buscando mis llaves toda la mañana. To search is the event. Estaba buscando mis llaves cuando sonó el teléfono. The search is the scene. The important thing is that the phone rang. And notice something. The verb never decided the tense. The speaker did. Now is a perfect moment to think from the director, a movie director perspective. Imagine a movie. Sometimes the camera zooms in on what happened next. That's the simple past. Other times, the camera stays inside the moment, showing the weather, the atmosphere, what everyone was doing, and that's the imperfect past. The action can even be identical. The camera changes, not the event. But why both are often correct? And this is why many learners become frustrated. They ask, which tense is right? And many times, both are. Because you're free to tell the story differently. One speaker chooses to focus on the event, and another one chooses to focus on the scene. That's why native speakers sometimes choose different tenses for what looks like the same situation. They're telling different versions of the same story. Hey, now let's identify the pattern here. You should ask yourself, am I moving the story forward? That's simple past. Am I building the scene around the story? Hey, amigos y amigas, that's imperfect past, and it's a beautiful shortcut. Let's do a little recap before we move forward. Don't think this is a complete thing or this is an ongoing scenario, an ongoing situation, think about events, right? Actually, events versus a scene. The simple past tells the story. The imperfect past builds the world where the story happens. That's why you'll sometimes hear both tenses with the exact same verb. The verb didn't change, the speaker's perspective did. But now it's your turn. Go to the comments and write your story. Write your event and your scene, and use simple past and imperfect past to describe it. I'll make sure to read your comment to help you right there, to correct it if you need it, or just to chat with you if you don't need any help. Amigos, amigas, if you like this video, make sure to leave your like, subscribe, hey, share with your friends, and I'll see you en el próximo video. Nos vemos.